Netflix's journey is one of the most captivating tales in modern business. At one point, the company was struggling to stay afloat as a small DVD rental service, even attempting to sell itself to its biggest competitor, Blockbuster. However, Blockbuster rejected their offer, laughing them out of the room. Fast forward to today, and Netflix is worth over $200 billion, has won countless awards, and completely transformed the entertainment industry. But how did they achieve this success, and why is Netflix now facing significant challenges? Mark Randolph was determined to start his own internet business after observing Amazon's success with online book sales. For months, he pitched ideas to his friend Reed Hastings, including selling personalized surfboards, dog food, and baseball bats, but Reed dismissed them all, saying they wouldn't work. After more than 100 ideas, Reed suggested they focus on something that customers would pay for repeatedly, avoiding customizable products because they weren't scalable. Finally, Mark suggested renting videotapes. Reed didn't immediately reject the idea, but seemed to consider it. At the time, Reed had just been hit with a hefty $40 late fee from Blockbuster, which made him wonder if there was a way to change the movie rental business. This idea, however, faced significant challenges. DVD discs were still new, and VHS tapes were expensive and bulky to ship, making the model hard to sustain. But then Reed read about DVD discs, a new technology that could solve many of the issues with VHS. DVD discs were smaller, lighter, and cheaper to ship. Plus, they cost less and were easier to store. This discovery led to the birth of Netflix as they shifted focus to renting DVD discs instead of VHS tapes. They created a website where customers could rent DVD discs, which would then be mailed to them in prepaid envelopes, with the option to return them once watched. To fund the venture, Reed used his savings, while Mark turned to his mother for early investment. By the end of 1997, this initial funding paid off, and Netflix began to take shape. They struggled to find a name, but eventually settled on Netflix, a combination of net for internet and flix for movies. By 1998, Netflix launched its website, and Mark placed the first order. Though the website crashed under the influx of traffic, the first day resulted in 137 orders, signaling potential for success. At first, Netflix earned $94,000 in their first month, but the bulk of the revenue came from selling DVD discs rather than renting them. This shift led Netflix to focus on the rental model, which offered more long-term profits. Things got even more interesting when Jeff Bezos from Amazon proposed buying Netflix and integrating it into Amazon's DVD business. Mark and Reed rejected the offer, believing in Netflix's future potential. However, Netflix faced setbacks with its business model. They realized selling DVD discs alongside rentals created confusion, and a partnership with Amazon to direct users between the two websites didn't work as expected. Attempts to promote DVD rentals also backfired, like a disastrous promotion that gave away free DVD discs to customers who hadn't bought players. Some consumers exploited the deal, costing Netflix a lot of money with little return. A PR stunt promoting Bill Clinton's grand jury testimony footage went awry as adult films were accidentally mixed in with the DVD discs. Despite these missteps, Netflix continued to evolve, but financial problems persisted. At one point, Reed expressed concerns about Mark's decisions, ultimately suggesting that he take over as CEO. Though initially hurt, Mark acknowledged Reed's experience and agreed to the change. Reed's new focus helped Netflix stabilize, but it wasn't until Mark had an epiphany while running that Netflix finally found its breakthrough idea, a subscription model that allowed customers to rent DVD discs without late fees or set return dates. This shift gave customers flexibility and eliminated Blockbuster's advantage of immediate access to movies. The new subscription plan saw an incredible 90% conversion rate, and Netflix's growth exploded. Netflix's success continued as they introduced an algorithm to recommend movies tailored to users' preferences, helping customers find content while also making it cheaper for Netflix. As DVD discs became more mainstream and affordable, Netflix's popularity grew even further. The company eventually became a leader in streaming, with over 200 million subscribers worldwide by 2020. However, Netflix faced mounting competition from services like Disney+, Amazon Prime, and Hulu, and traditional networks began pulling content to create their own platforms. In response, Netflix doubled down on creating original content, expanding its offerings beyond movies to include documentaries, stand-up specials, and more. While Netflix struggled with profitability in its early years, it grew to become one of the most valuable entertainment companies globally. The company's efforts to create content for diverse international markets helped maintain its subscriber base in the face of stiff competition. The COVID-19 pandemic helped Netflix see a surge in subscribers, but as the world returned to normal, growth slowed. Despite this, Netflix remains a dominant force in entertainment, continuing to experiment with interactive content and making moves to address global issues like climate change. Today, Netflix operates a subscription-based model, allowing users to stream content across multiple devices. Despite fierce competition, Netflix's vast library of original content and its global appeal ensure it remains one of the top players in the streaming industry. The company's legacy is undeniable, having revolutionized how TV and films are produced, distributed, and consumed. Netflix's story is one of constant reinvention and bold decisions, and it continues to shape the future of entertainment, adapting to meet the evolving demands of consumers while remaining at the forefront of the streaming wars.